Preparation and preparation led to a new sensation, new creation. That's what you're facing. Now watch my elevation.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Oscar De La Hoya and Jaime Munguia telling Jermall Charlo to grow some cojones and step in the ring to fight Jaime Munguia. We're going to take a look at what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. And this was before Jaime Munguia's fight last night. So let's take a listen at what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. Here it is, right here.
We were ready to make the fight. We were ready to do whatever it takes to get Jaime Munguia the fight that he wants. One thing about Charlo and one thing about the whole PBC stable is that they hide behind Al Heyman, and that's the bottom line. I'm hoping that Charlo grows some balls, you know, and tells his management team, tells his people, hey, I want to fight Jaime Munguia. I want to fight the very best. I don't want to fight Suleiki. It's the same bullshit. I mean, it's hiding behind Al Heyman. That's the bottom line. Charlo, yeah, we were ready to make the fight. We were ready to.
All right, so that's what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. All right. Jermall Charlo did respond to that. Let's take a listen to what Jermall Charlo had to say about it. It was an interesting response. All right, let's take a look.
Tell Oscar De La Hoya, kiss my ass. Fuck, nigga. We got the gist.
That's basically his response right there. All right. And so now we're gonna take a look at what Jaime Munguia had to say after he beat Jimmy Kelly. Let's take a listen at what Jaime Munguia had to say.
When are we going to see Jaime Munguia against some of the best in boxing? What do you want to do next?
Bueno, sí, mucha gente me apoya. La verdad, quiero decirle a Charlo, como dice Oscar, que le salgan los huevitos y que venga a pelear conmigo, que no se esconda atrás de Al Heyman.
There are a lot of people who are supporting me, but I want to say what Oscar said to Jermall Charlo, to come out here, show some balls, and stop hiding behind Al Heyman and fight me.
When are we going to see Jaime Munguia?
All right. So you heard it. You heard what Oscar had to say before the fight. You heard Jermall Charlo's response, and you heard Jaime Munguia in his post-fight interview call out Jermall Charlo. I'm going to turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What's your reaction to all this? I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's all I see. I see a whole bunch of it too. You know, I don't see it happening. Look, this is what Munguia been doing. He's been hiding behind Oscar and Golden Boy. You know, everybody knows. Anybody with eyes can tell. This has got to be a joke, right? Y'all joking me? Y'all trying to pull one over on me? Trying to pull one over on Old Trail? That's what you're trying to do? Because anybody with two eyeballs can see that Munguia is not ready for Jermall Charlo. Hiding from what? A walking punching bag? Are you serious right now? I don't know if somebody's telling him and is telling him the wrong information. Like, oh, you know, he's really not that good. It's his brother. It's his brother that's really the talented one. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one you got to worry about. But you ain't going to be fighting him because he's at 154. You know what I'm saying? Are they giving him the wrong information? Because if Charlo even gets a little bit of what Kelly was able to do, he's going to stop Munguia. If he's able to touch Munguia just a little bit of what Kelly was doing, Munguia, the fight is not going to the 6th round. They're going to stop him because his face is all going to be busted up. Eric Morales is going to have to jump in the ring with a towel to save Jaime Munguia. because he is not ready. He is
Did you
not
call
ready.
him IV Munguia?
For real. He's not ready for him. He's not ready. He's definitely not ready. And Oscar knows he's not ready. Y'all just trying to sell this for the next fight, to build up his next fight or something like that. He is not ready, and I don't see it. But if that's what you want to do, Charlo, go get that easy money. Because I don't think Al will sit there and let you not get some easy money. Because that's what they do over there at PBC. They set it up so y'all can get some easy money. And to me, that's easy money. And a lot of fanfare. Because that will be Charlo bullying on the bigger guy. He'll be picking on the bigger guy. He'll be hitting him at will. So I totally believe that that's all using another guy's name to help build this guy or sell this guy's fights, because I don't see them doing it. Even if they was being smart. Oscar, if you care about this kid, don't do it.
All right, Conspiracy.
Yeah, I agree with Trill because the boxing world knew this Munguia versus Kelly fight was like weak sauce, right? So he needed something to defend his honor. They're like, yo, we need a name. All right, we're just gonna call out Charlo. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but bro, we talking about Munguia, bro. Like, my only issue with Munguia is, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna blame Munguia for this, and I'm not even gonna blame Oscar for this. You know who I blame? I blame DAZN. This is 1,000% DAZN's fault. At 160, DAZN really essentially they got all the killers, right? So I'm like, you, the network that can actually force these fights to happen. You know what I mean? Triple G, Boo Boo, Daniel Jacobs, like Munguia. You can make all these guys just fight it out. You know what I mean? You got other dudes from Eastern Europe, all that stuff. You got a whole roster of fighters where we can see some big fights from Munguia. So why is Munguia dodging all of these guys and calling out Charlo, who's in the PBC?
Because it's never going to happen.
It's cap, yo. It's cap. It's like, bro, you was the mandatory for a whole year for my man Boo Boo, and you ducked and dodged him. But you're like, yo, Al, let Charlo come out and play. I'm like, fam, if I was Al Heyman or Charlo, I'd have been like, fight Boo Boo first. Fight Demetrius Andre, and then I think about it. How about that? You know what I mean? Like, because it's all fake, man. Smoke and mirrors, man. And this is why it's like, at times I want to be like, hey, homie, I like you. But these are these moments where I don't like you, bro. I don't know, man. Oscar's funny, bro. I'm going to be honest. Listening to Oscar talk, I think he's back on that stuff, with all due respect. I'm just saying, with all due respect, he was talking kind of crazy. Like, you don't want to do me like, that's how he was, like, he was doing all of that. I'm like, yo, fam.
Don't make it better when you say with all due respect, G.
Yo, man, I like you, Oscar, bro, but that was crazy. I was like, you know what I mean? So, and then, Charlo was killing me with the, you know what I mean? He was mad disgusted, man. I feel him, man. You know what I mean? So this whole thing, man, it's comedy, but man, Munguia, man, you should keep your mouth shut right now, because I don't understand how you on DAZN, and DAZN got a plethora of competition for you, but you rather go to PBC and call out a person when you can make easy fights over here with notable names. So that's why I'm like, I know you're BSing. You know what I mean? Like, even when Oscar was talking about the Munguia Kelly fight, even Oscar couldn't even say anything positive about Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, Oscar knew, like, yeah, we just trying to hustle y'all, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just please watch the fight. I can't co-sign on this, man. Munguia, you capping. You know you capping. And let's just keep it 100. If you send them a real offer, I'm pretty sure Charlo would take it. It's like, why not take an easy bet? Like, you know what I mean? It's like pretty much a free paycheck. That's how he's looking at it. It's like, yo, come on, man. Munguia, you got a lot of flaws, bro. You got a lot of flaws. I don't think you really want this fight deep down inside, So, yeah, just make it happen. Like, y'all can blame Al all you want. But I really blame the zone because the zone hasn't pressured you into getting into a real fight. And shame on the zone. Y'all signed Boo Boo for like years, and you couldn't get in that work, man. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say corruption, man, but I feel like it.
All right, TVE.
I'm gonna go like this. We know Oscar and Jermall had bad blood for a while now. When Oscar came out of retirement, he called out Charlo. Allergies.
Oh, I thought that was deliberate. I thought that was deliberate.
You messed me up, TV.
I was like, am I bugging? I'm like, yo, what's he trying to imply? Like, oh, they ain't coke together or something? I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
It's allergies. But Oscar called out Jermall when he said one of the names when Oscar said he was gonna come out of retirement, which he didn't. We never got blessed with that Oscar fight. So he called out one of his opponents that was rumored to be mentioned was Jermall. He said he would fight Jermall if he was in fight shape. But I think it's just a bad blood. And if at the end of the day, if Jermall was I don't know if Jermall was present last night, but it was just Oscar's hate and influence that made him say, we're gonna call out Jermall. If we want Jermall, my guys in your division, let's face your guy. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you're gonna call the guy out, send the guy the money. Send his money. If whatever he's value for his fight, send that guy his value. Because you got Eddie in your pocket. You guys fight on the zone, everything. Send that guy his check, and let's get the contracts right. Get that money right, and then make it happen. But at this point, this is not to use the name. It was a hate fest. Oscar took the show over. You know how we talk about Javante and Floyd step in and be like, these are my accomplishments. Javante is great, but I did this better or whatever. When we talk about Floyd, Oscar took this time to hate on Jermall. My bad.
Yo, I'm sick of this, to be honest with you, man. It's just becoming repetitive nonsense. It's always, blame PBC and Al Heyman is saving his fighters, right? That's what you hear all the time. I'm quite sick of it. And I'm someone who looks at like the big picture. So is it that way? G, you pointed it out. Munguia has been Demetrius Andrade's mandatory since like forever. And he's never activated his mandatory status and chose to take other fights. That include Gabe Rosado, who at the time had 12 losses when he fought him. That's what he's doing instead of activating his title shot and fighting Demetrius Andrade, who is on DAZN. So what can you say about Al Heyman? Demetrius Andrade's on DAZN. And you can't tell me Eddie wouldn't have made that fight because Eddie was practically begging everyone and anyone to take a fight with Demetrius Andrade. Eddie's been begging to get Andrade to fight. So you can't convince me that Eddie wouldn't have taken the fight against Jaime Munguia. See, that's where I feel like Trill is right. You're trying to use Charlo's name and sell people a fantasy fight because you can hide behind the argument that Al Heyman doesn't want to make this fight. Al Heyman, stop hiding behind Al Heyman. As if I didn't just see Jimmy Kelly beat up on Jaime Munguia. You can convince that I'm mad at Jermall Charlo, but this is why I'm mad at Jermall Charlo. He's so talented, and he's put himself in a position where he has these clowns calling him out. Like acting like they really want to fight with him because people are playing him like he's a joke. And it's because deep down inside, Arson say deep down inside, but realistically, Jermall hasn't been fighting the best competition either. Mm-hmm. So it puts him in that category as Munguia. So it's almost like what Oscar's doing is like, I could say we want to fight Jermall because Jermall hasn't been fighting the best competition either. And then make it say like he's been running from us because if Jermall was fighting killers, then he never would mention Jermall's name. Although Jermall's fought better fighters than Jaime Munguia, for example, Sergey Derevyanchenko. But when you look at this and you're being real about it, Jaime Munguia hasn't fought nobody. That's why the question presented to him was, when are we going to see you in there with some real fighters? That's what they wanted to ask him. When are we going to see you in there with some of the big names? And then you automatically go to Jermall. You've been working with the DAZN for years. G pointed out, you had Triple G there. You got Daniel Jacobs there. You got a lot of fighters in the UK at 160 who are good. Like Chris Eubank Jr. is like 160, right? Chris Eubank, 160. You ain't even call Jaime Munguia, Chris Eubank's a good damn fight for both of them. You ain't calling them out. I think Eddie would give Eubank that fight. You sitting here calling out Jermall, talking about, oh, PBC, why don't you stop hiding behind Al Heyman? De La Hoya, everyone knows what you do with your fighters, bro. Everyone knows what you do with your fighters. That's why Canelo's gone. That's why Canelo is gone and out there doing what he want to do. You had Canelo, and Canelo was fighting big-time fights, and that's it. And even then, you were getting in Canelo's way. That's why Canelo had issues with you, had feuds with you, was able to get out of his contract and move on. Now, look at Ryan Garcia. If you had a history of throwing your fighters in, I believe Eddie when Eddie says he wants to make a fight. Because Eddie got a history of throwing his fighters in, not giving a damn. Eddie be like, what's that, Kelbrook? You want to move up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G? Let's make it happen. Eddie be like, what's that, Canelo? You want to move up to 175 and fight Bivol? Let's make it happen. If Eddie told me that I would believe it. But you, Oscar, I do not believe you. And I don't believe that Charlo needs to grow a pair of balls to fight Munguia, because I think he would whoop Munguia's ass. Like, Munguia is not what you think he is. That's why you don't think much of Munguia. That's why he hasn't fought nobody, to be honest with you. If you thought Munguia was that dude, you would have taken a risk with Munguia. You know deep down inside what Munguia is. He's a guy who could beat mediocre level guys. On nights he'll struggle like he did with Jimmy Kelly. But if you want to feed him to Jermall Charlo, go on ahead. But trust me, Jermall is not scared of fighting Jaime Munguia. In fact, if you said, Jermall, you got to fight Demetrius Andrade or Jaime Munguia, he's going to say, let me get that Munguia fight. If you say, you got to fight Canelo or Jaime Munguia, he's going to be like, Canelo's going to bring in the money, but I'll get paid good enough to beat up Jaime Munguia. If you said, you got to fight Caleb Plant or you got to fight Jaime Munguia, he'll be like, Plant don't got punching power, but Munguia's a punching bag. I'll take Munguia. Benavidez, Jaime Munguia. He'll look at you like, are you stupid? Is this even like a real question? Jaime Munguia is literally the easiest fight. Triple G or Jaime Munguia? Triple G's old, but I'll take Jaime Munguia. You talking about literally the easiest fight at 160 where you can get paid, Oscar. Think about it.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Elevation out now on all major streaming services. Don't forget to tune in with us June 14th, where we do the listening party for the Brothers album. You don't want to miss it. We're the Boxing Bros.